Okay, hi everybody, it's Dara, and we're up to raw vegan goodness here, making sure the mic is on. Oh gosh, wow. I have the smell of cilantro in front of me, fresh purple onions, fresh red pepper, and Gage, my assistant, and I have been working really hard on the tonic ebook, which is going to be coming out at the end of August. And we have tested and retested every recipe, and there are sleepy time recipes, libido recipes. There's even one that has licorice in it, and I hate licorice, and I love this tonic. So I'm just so pleased and tickled. Our friend Tristan is coming over later. Gage is here helping me, and you know, we miss making videos. We took a couple of days to do our work, and it's just video time. We compromised and we ate outside of the house, and there is nothing better, right, than eating food you made with love at home. It's just the way that it is. Like, I could see the difference in our work those days. It just was a little lower level, you know, when we feed ourselves with gorgeous cilantro like this and red peppers and food that we're excited about, the dressings that we're excited about, the sauce, the dips, the not tuna pate, the no bean hummus, mango puddings, all of those things that we make at home, it gets exciting. It's not a compromise. So I want to remind you that raw food is a celebration and a party. And that being said, I'm going to tell you what I'm up to. I didn't want to make another salad. I don't want to bore you guys, although I could eat 2 salads a day easily. Sometimes I'll eat 3 salads a day. Sometimes I want salad for breakfast. There are no rules. So I got something called paleo wraps. And we're going to call them raw vegan coconut wraps because they're suggesting some other things on the back, and I'm going to just be a renegade and a maverick and do something raw vegan. But these are all coconut, coconut meat, coconut water, coconut oil, and they're pressed, and there's a nice wrap for us. So what we are going to do is address what's going inside of our beautiful wrap. Cut this one in half. I had to taste it to see what was going on with the flavor, and it's a little bit sweet. So what I decided is that I would use some of my gorgeous sprouted, this is from Fat Uncle Farms, this is sprouted nut butter. And anytime you can get a sprouted nut butter, Gem Raw Organics makes delicious ones. So this is going to be our nutty flavor. We're going to use a teriyaki, which is made out of coconuts. So this is our coconut like Thai wrap. This one is Coconut Secret. It's Coconut Amino's teriyaki sauce. So this with the almonds, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So all 3 of these things can be kept in the refrigerator. Apple cider vinegar, almond butter, and the teriyaki. And then the paleo wraps can be kept. So the only thing is what goes on the inside, and it's the fresh stuff. And we really always want as much greens as possible for the fiber. And when people say, well, where do you get your protein when you're vegan? And I say, well, the building blocks of protein are amino acids. Tons of amino acids in here. If you're at all worried, you chop this up, you add some spirulina for extra protein, blue-green algae, and you don't need to worry. If you're really even more worried, then you grind up some sunflower seeds that have been soaked, or some nuts, or anything like that, and put that. Walnuts could go in this wrap beautifully. Our fat today is going to be a little bit of nut butter, which is plenty of protein, and we're going to have some slices of avocado. So we'll take the wrap, we'll sprinkle cilantro, which will help us get rid of heavy metals, aluminum, lead, mercury. We'll have some peppers, some onions, maybe even little thin slices of this yellow squash for color. And it's funny, when you do the rice wraps, you can see through it more. I can see that these, maybe it's not going to be so important what the color inside is like, unless we make it like a cone, yes? If you make it like a cone, then you can see all the color. So we'll see about that in a minute. I'm going to make the sauce, and if the sauce is thick enough, you get to dribble the sauce, dollop the sauce inside the wrap. If your sauce is too thin and you're worried about it making the inside messy, then you just make your wrap and dip. So either way is totally okay. And I really want to talk to you guys about raw food and a plan. What happens, and this happens a lot, what happens if you hear about raw food and you don't know what to do? And you want someone to give you a plan. I want to know exactly what to eat. Well, what I'm going to say to you is that it doesn't really go like that. Everybody's different. I would have to ask you, well, who are you? Where do you live? What's available to you? What kind of produce are you able to get? So I can give you a plan of what I could do in Southern California, but if you're somewhere else and you can't get the same things, or you have different physical needs, then your diet will be different than mine. But what I can tell you is that raw food is a thought process. Yes, it's a lifestyle. Yes, it's actions that we take, the choices we make, how we eat, what we eat. But before that comes the thoughts. So it's the fundamentals of the raw food lifestyle that are important. It's the thought process. You know, Gage said to me the other day, well, you think about, you know, people said, oh, you're obsessed. People say to me, well, if I do this, I'm obsessed about food all the time. And I said, well, to get back to where we need to be and where we used to be, Gage said this as humans, think about the farms, right? We were on and we were outside, maybe gathering things, planting things, harvesting things. Then we were chopping wood to cook the things, and then we were peeling potatoes for the dinner at night. Everything was involved in the sustenance of our lives, which was shelter, warmth, covering, and food. So food was just an integrated part of our lifestyle, and now it's just like this second thought, this afterthought, this like third, fourth, or fifth thought. It's about grabbing things on the go. What can I get quickly? Because I haven't really thought about food and I don't want to think about food. And I'm saying, think about food. Think about food until it becomes so second nature that you don't have to think about food, right? I just do it. It's like learning your one true thing to have every single day. Have that same thing every day. Have that smoothie every morning, the smoothie you love. It might be kale, frozen banana, frozen mango, and vanilla. Pinch of salt, some other whatever berries you want to put in. Blend that up. Add superfoods if you want. But have that one smoothie that sustains you in the morning. And when you're so accustomed to making that and it's no big deal, then you learn how to make something else. Watch my channel and pick something that's appealing and make that thing every day. Okay? I can't tell you how much you should eat. I can't tell you when you're going to detox. It could happen the third day, the first day, the third week. All I know is if you do try this plan, you know, this lifestyle, this fun, this celebration, it's going to make your life better. And then it'll make it easier to make these choices. And yes, we have to think about food a lot. You know, we do. I'm making some apple cider vinegar, almond butter, a little bit of this teriyaki, and we might want a little bit of honey or maple syrup or coconut nectar. Since we're in the coconut mode, I might do that. And for those of you who don't know, there's a low glycemic sweetener called Yacon, Y-A-C-O-N, and Yacon syrup. It's made from a root, and it actually doesn't raise your glycemic index, and it actually helps the healthy bacteria in your intestines, in your gut. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to show you coconut nectar and Yacon syrup. And it'll make it nice and sweet, a little bit of sweet. Whoop, I poured out a lot. It's going to be good. So I just want to tell you that it's the thoughts behind the raw food life. It's like this, thinking about things in a different way. Gage, what were you saying about it?
What was I saying about it earlier?
This is so good. I'm going to be so happy. You were saying...
Oh, you have to learn the fundamentals.
Yes, we were talking about this. Yes. This is Gage. He's my assistant. We work together amazingly. And we were talking about why coming up with an exact diet plan is very difficult, because what weight, what age, what are your physical needs, what athletic activities, coming up with an exact thing that you need to eat. We're kind of teaching it's okay to eat tomatoes with salt for lunch, or maybe you want to make a complicated something. But go ahead, what were you thinking?
It varies from person to person. All you can do is learn the fundamentals and how to use the ingredients. and then listen to your body, whatever it needs. You should feel, if you feel heavier one day, you should eat lighter. If you feel heavy, that, you know, if you need to, just
right? Like, what if you're detoxing? If you're detoxing, there's certain things you can do. You can get colonic, you can go do an enema for yourself, but you can also, like, to detoxify faster, you ease up on the fats. If you want to slow down detoxification, add half an avocado. If you need to go do a 50-mile bike ride, that's going to be a different food that you eat.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like, I did that Monday, and I ate a lot of almond butter that day.
You did, to give yourself the protein and the sustenance?
Protein, some low carbohydrates. There's not too many in there, but I use that for the protein.
So gone are the days for a typical diet. When it comes to this lifestyle, you don't think that a particular diet plan...
It's not a diet. It's like, that's how I was saying, you know, we use diet as a weight loss, as something for weight loss these days, but then when we refer to, like, animals, it's just how they eat.
And how we eat, right. This is just how we eat.
Right.
It's not a diet. Optimal weight happens, you know, when you're eating right for your body. And you can naturally gauge, like, you can naturally gauge. Gage can gauge. He naturally gauges, well, I need to do this or I need to do that. So having the education of what foods are acceptable and what foods should not be put into our body is key. And that's the education, that's the motivation and inspiration that I can do for you. People try and come up with exact diets. And so we're gonna need a plate here. We're gonna assemble. Where are all my plates?
Big ones?
Yeah, we did a big, well, we can take one little one, but I'd like to know where they are. We've been doing some organizing. So here's, look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? They did that for us. So I put that on a plate. I'm gonna sprinkle some cilantro, some red pepper. I guess they should see it. Do you think they can see? I don't know. You're gonna show them? Or I can just hold it up when I'm done. I want to put romaine in, and then you know what? To be honest with you, the romaine should have gone under the cilantro, but that's okay. We'll put it in here. And whenever you use fat, think of using fiber. Whenever you have fat, think about putting it on a mound of leafy greens or a lot of greens, because I'm going to put the sauce now. And I know, Gage, you're going to want to try this on camera, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay, we put some onions, and I put the cilantro. I did, and we need avocado. Yeah? Okay. This looks like a party to me. I don't know what everybody's calling this a challenge for. It's a total party. This is going to be delicious. So I think that wraps up very nicely, right? Look how beautiful these hold together, sort of. Toothpick. Do you think I need a toothpick? Or do they, if you moisten it maybe, yeah? That would be fun if that would be really cool if you moisten it and sticks, but no. So basically I'm going to serve it like a little envelope, right? And then when you're eating it, you just fold it up. I'm going to have Gage do this right now and tell us how it is. What do you think?
I think it looks good.
Okay, I'll hand you on a plate proper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to finish my train of thought. So I appreciate that when you hear about raw food, you think, what should I do? I get that. And it seems overwhelming. But to keep it simple, food from the earth in its simplest form is raw food, right? Cilantro you grow, red peppers grow, avocados grow, you pick them, you eat them. It's that simple. Do you like it? You do? Oh, look how pretty. Can you show them up close? That's fantastic. I want to take a picture of it. It's fantastic. It looks like it's hearty, it's satisfying, that could go to work, that could go to school, that could go in a little bag with you on your bike. Right? That could totally go on a bike.
Yeah, it's good.
It's picnic.
Really
It's
good.
picnic food we just made. So all I have to say is please just think about this as fun, as beautiful, as re-educating yourself. No, gone are the days of like the starch with the protein with the grains. First of all, you don't want starch and proteins together. No. that digestion. So what we want to do is just think about eating this first, seeing how you feel, and worry about what you have to eliminate later. On that note, get your greens on, and I will see you soon. Good? Okay, I have to say something because these are fantastic. I'm so in love with this. I want to say that we believe in this because this teriyaki sauce has no soy. And soy, I'm allergic to it. Engaged doesn't do well with it either. Soy can also mess with your hormones. So to have a substitute that tastes like this is really exciting. Okay. It's really good. Gage said the sauce was exactly what he was hoping for. So I hope you guys try it at home. I'm going to make him another one, and I will see you soon. So good.